to another edition of the A-List Music Club. That's right, this is a show where we talk about music. I am your host, the game changer, Wes Truth. And we are back to talk about another album. And this time it was Dominic's pick this week to pick an album. Go ahead and talk a little bit about this one.
No. I chose album one of my favorite albums of all time by one of my favorite bands of all time, Led Zeppelin. I picked their double LP masterpiece, Physical Graffiti, which for me, a lot of Led Zeppelin associated. I grew up with them, so I can understand people not being into this as much as I am. But everybody, Led Zeppelin, a lot of times they consider Led Zeppelin 4 to be the quintessential Zeppelin album because it has rock and roll and Black Dog and Stairway to Heaven on it. But for me, Physical Graffiti was Led Zeppelin at its finest. All the musicianship were virtuoso performances on everything, the production, the songwriting, it just was an absolute brilliant album for me. Kashmir, which is one of the greatest Led Zeppelin songs of all time. Plus, it has my favorite Led Zeppelin song of all time called 10 Years Gone on there. Robert Plant's vocals are amazingly incredible. Jimmy Page shows his guitar virtuosity. John Bonham, one of the greatest drummers who's ever lived. And John Paul Jones, who is very, very underrated as a bass player and as a keyboard player and arranger of the music. I think this album flows wonderfully from front to back. Like I said, one of my favorite albums of all time.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Dom. I'm not sure we listened to the same album because I like Led Zeppelin. And I don't know what the hell this was. Oh, wow. I got to first say, I'm not a fan of long songs.
Me either.
That's why I'm not into Pink Floyd or Yes or Rush or old Genesis before Phil Collins. I can't do that 20 minutes, whole side of a record stuff. It's not me. So, yeah. This is maybe.
Well, and I can see that because you are a generation basically after Led Zeppelin and after that style of music and type of thing. But and another point, I can understand the way you feel about this because you're an idiot, but that's besides the point.
I think it starts out great. I like Custard Pie. That's a good rockin' tune. In My Time of Dying should have been shot and killed and thrown away. That song, that was a chore to sit through.
11 minutes.
11 minutes felt like 11 days. Oh, yeah. 11 minutes that song is. Whew. Then 3 classics in a row. Houses of the Holy, Trample Underfoot, Kashmir, Stone Cold classics. Great. Then I don't like anything but 10 Years Gone and Sick Again. That is it. I like 6 songs on this whole record.
Oh my gosh.
Boogie was Stu. I don't want to hear Boogie Woogie Piano on my Led Zeppelin. I want Black Dog and rock and roll. I want heavy guitar rock. I don't want to hear whatever the hell this is. Seaside should have been drowned.
Oh my gosh, no. You are a Philistine.
Oh, I can't. I listened to this literally a couple hours ago at work, and I can't remember how Night Flight, Wonton Song, or Backcountry Woman even goes.
Wow.
I want like headbanging. I want hard rock. Some of this stuff is just too out there for me. I don't know. Sorry. The Rover. I don't have any idea what that song sounds like.
Oh, if you listen to it again, you get
There's like
Great song.
no good Jimmy Page guitar solos. There's half these songs don't have lyrics. It's just Robert Plant going, "Oh," while they play in the background. Like those aren't even words.
Oh no.
I'll take Led Zeppelin 4 all day. That's Led Zeppelin to me.
No.
That's what I want. The heavy stuff. I want hard rock. I do like 10 Years Gone. I'll give you that. That's a good song. Yeah.
Well, obviously, I've lost all respect for you.
How does it feel
Not
to get
that I
your
had
dick
much to begin. Not,
like
I
me?
not
tried.
that I had much to begin with.
I try. I can't. In the Light is just too long and too slow.
I can understand that because it's not for everybody. But if you grew up with my generation, when I was a teenager, when this stuff came out, this is when everyone was sitting around getting stoned and just getting completely into the music. It was, and maybe part of the reason I love this album so much is it's nostalgic for me, because it was such a part of my teenage years. And I can understand guys your age and Wesley's age maybe not being the same thing, but then again, Wesley likes baby metal, so I mean that just shows what kind of shitty taste he has in music. And like, I see, to me, I can't stand Rock and Roll the Song. I can't stand Black Dog. Because I think they're overrated and overplayed.
They are overplayed. I'll give you that.
And I'll tell you what, and I think honestly, the musicianship on them is not that great. They branched out. There was a lot of really deeper meaning. If you listen to some of the lyrics, there's a lot of deep meaning in it, and it's just. But like I said, I mean, I can see where like people your age may not get it like people our age do. Because see, I grew up with Yes and Pink Floyd and stuff like that. And you guys are used to like the 3 to 4 minute song with just cranking everything out, where to me, that's not a song. You see, because it's what I liked about it is like, with the longer a song, the more of a journey you go on. It's not just like over and done. It's got ebbs and flows and peaks and valleys, and it's almost like listening to a story, and that's just the way I feel about it. And I understand.
You're not alone. I looked online, and there's a lot of reviews where everyone says this is Zeppelin's best album. It's a masterpiece. Everyone feels like you do, so there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and I think it's probably my age group too. A lot of it, I really do.
Yeah.
But like I said, it's just the way I grew up, and like I said, this album is very nostalgic for me.
I think it's because like 8 of these songs are new, and the other 7 are all leftovers from other albums. So there's a lot of outtakes and unfinished songs. Maybe that's why it's sort of uneven for me. That it's not like a cohesive record. It's just sort of thrown together. I'm not sure why Houses of the Holy isn't on Houses of the Holy, but
Good question.
I don't know.
So I guess I'll go. So to preface my review, I'm not the biggest Led Zeppelin fan by any means. I'm very casual Led Zeppelin fan in that I know maybe 6 or 7 songs off the top of my head. Not that I don't like the band.
All the ones you hear on the radio.
Yeah, I just never really got into them. Listening to this album, I actually was familiar, or at least had heard some more of the songs than I thought I would have. Of course, I was familiar with Kashmir, which I always thought was awesome. And oddly enough, I discovered through the Sound-Alike song off of the Godzilla soundtrack by P. Diddy called Come With Me that Jimmy Page did the guitar for. So that's how I discovered that song. But I was young at the time, so whatever. I was also familiar with Trampled Underfoot, Down by the Seaside, and 10 Years Gone. That I had heard those before, but I was like, oh, that's this song. Okay. I actually thought it was a pretty good album all the way through. Aside from the ones I already knew, like Kashmir, I really enjoyed Custard Pie and Houses of the Holy. There's also a couple of, like we were talking about, a couple of really long songs, like In My Time of Dying, 11 minutes long, or In the Light, which has a really, really long intro. On the flip side, though, I did enjoy the short instrumental tune Bron or however you say it.
Bron.
Yeah. I thought it was pretty great to listen through, but it's not something I can see myself listening to all the time. I might listen to the highlights I found and liked, like Kashmir, Custard Pie, Houses of the Holy, and add those to the West Side of Mix. So,
If I was making a Spotify list, I'd pick 4 or 5 out of here, and that'd be it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. But I enjoyed it for like a one-time listen through, but I wouldn't listen to those long songs probably ever again.
I'm the same way in concerts. I love going to concerts, but I can't stand when a band takes a 4-minute song and makes it like 20 minutes long with guitar solos and drum solos. Look, you could have did 5 more songs.
Right. Yeah.
Cut that out. And especially at the end of the night when you're like, oh, they didn't do this one or this one or this one. You know? No, but the drummer got to play for 20 minutes. I don't care.
While the other two
yeah. Singer had to go take a shit, so the band kept playing. It's a guy like that. Like, you could have did more songs.
Yeah. All right. So you want to go around and score this bad boy?
This is going to be all over the place.
Go ahead. Go, John, you can start.
What was the most interesting score?
Well, it's definitely not going to be a 10. I mean, it's probably like a 5. It's like half of a good album. But like Wes, I wouldn't listen to it all the way through again. I would just pick and choose the ones I like. It's tough to get through all of it. Sorry. Too many songs that are just.
Man, you don't have to be sorry because music's subjective, man. So
too many that are just not memorable and just sound like filler. So I'd say a 5.
Okay. Wesley, what do you say?
My standby score of 8.
Okay. And obviously,
I enjoyed it. It's just not something, and I respect it as an album and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, I like listening to it, but it's just not something that I keep listening to.
Yeah.
Great. And I'm going to give it an 11. No, I'm going to give it a 10. 18 and 5 is 23, so 7.3.
Okay.
Which is a pretty good score.
Yeah.
So Wesley, what is your choice for next week?
So my choice is, I could have went obvious. Everyone knows I love Kiss and stuff, but
no rap, please.
I don't have any rap planned. No, this is. I don't know if a whole lot of people know this is one of my favorite bands. It's definitely the complete opposite of long songs because these songs are about 1 minute and 46 seconds each. So it shouldn't take us too long to listen to at least, because we're gonna hey ho let's go with the Ramones, the self-titled debut album of the Ramones.
Awesome.
Nice.
I can give you my review now, and it's not going to differ much from what my review was today.
All right.
Yeah, that album is on many, many lists of the greatest albums of all time.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not, but Led Zeppelin broke up officially on December 4th, 1980. So we're a day
wow.
shy of 40 years.
After John Bonham drank 42 shots of vodka and died of alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. What a drummer he was. Oh my gosh.
Amazing.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Amazing, but I'll tell you what, my favorite musician in Led Zeppelin is John Paul Jones.
Yeah. Nobody ever talks about him. Yeah.
He is amazing. He plays the mandolin, he plays the keyboards, he's an incredible bass player. There's a song, God, I can't think of it right this second. Oh, well, never mind.
You can tell us next week.
No Quarter. Listen to the song called No Quarter. It's a little bit longer, but it's so, that is like a complete, like a story, like a journey.
That's
It's
on
only
Houses of the Holy, isn't it?
I believe so.
John, you want to talk about your podcast?
Sure. I do a podcast called We Like Wrestling. It's all about wrestling, past, present. Just me and three other guys sitting around talking about wrestling. Talk about current events, talk about past, old classic pay-per-views. We do a tournament once a month. Just four guys sitting around like at a bar talking. Available on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, wherever you find podcasts. We Like Wrestling.
All right. Of course, you know my links, youtube.com/westside515. Subscribe there for more videos, like our movie club as well. You can like the show on Facebook, facebook.com/WestTruePaylist. And of course, you can follow me on the Twitter and the Instagram @WestAlist. Until next time, where we're going to talk about the Ramones, truth out.